Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Greater Britton Podcast. We appreciate your listening ears as you witness us get greater and greater, featuring my WHBs. So let's get right to it.
And joining us today, I'm Kevin, as you know, co-host here, and we've got a replacing Garrett today. Is a new co-host for today. Maybe again in the future. We'll see.
Oh, he's coming back.
He'll be back.
We had a
sure.
podcast in the first 30 minutes of me getting here.
Yeah, when they were just getting to know each other.
This guy.
Introduce yourself, Ryan Tracy.
Hey, we had a nice rehearsal. Yes, I should be back. I think I will be back. It's fun to replacing Garrett. Some very big shoes to fill, but I mean, hey, when you're replacing something on Greater Britain, it's quite the revolution.
Shoes aren't that big.
Not according to Brittany. Just kidding, Gare Bear.
Sorry to talk about your size 6.5 children's small shoes, but
Hey,
Right.
J's are half off at that size.
gotta go to Payless, baby.
That's right. So in honor of Garrett not being with us, he really wanted to play 20 questions 20 questions. What did he say?
We're so 21. There's three of us.
You're gonna
21
do
questions.
21
we
questions.
each asked 7 questions.
But we got through like one
I don't think we made it all the way around.
and then got derailed. So who wants to go first? You want to ask? You want to be asked?
Oh wait, we gotta come up with these questions.
Well, I got a list of a whole bunch of different things here.
Oh, let me see that
Garrett
list.
made.
Oh, okay. All right.
So find and select.
Okay. Ooh, what is the most awe-inspiring place you've ever visited? Oh,
I think that's
That's
the one
the
we
one
did.
we
That's,
did.
I think that's the
So why don't you answer? Why don't you answer then?
maybe. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So I did a road trip cross country of the U.S., which I think everybody should do on their own at least once.
I've been trying
Absolutely.
to plan one of those.
I've done a couple.
Yeah, everybody should do it. I think all Americans aged 20 through 25 should take a singular road trip, discover themselves and discover the nation.
What if they're 26?
Still do it.
It's too late.
27.
You missed the boat.
Okay, so 20 to
missed the
26
bus.
then. Really?
The RV.
20s through 30s. 20s through
you're
30s.
saying-
I was about to say, but
saying-
I'm 37 and I'm getting it done.
Hang on, but I think what you're saying is only within 1 year of it losing your parents' insurance.
Being able to rent a car on your own.
There you
That's
go.
25.
That's 25.
25,
Okay.
yeah. After that, you've missed out. So anyways, most awe-inspiring place, Montana. I went to Glacier National Park in Montana.
Glacier National Park.
It was very beautiful. It's home to the Rainbow Pebble Lake, otherwise called Lake McDonald, where all the rocks in the lake, because of the iron content, they are all different colors of the rainbow. So you've got like red, purple, yellow, blue, green stones, and they all just exist in the lake. And it's so natural and so calm.
Without hate or violence, they all live together?
Surprisingly, in Montana, yes.
Wow.
They all live together in harmony.
Who knew it?
I
Yeah.
wish it was the same way in the Deep South, but
Broke back pebbles.
A colorblind lake.
yeah, they can all drink from the same different spring. Yeah, there's no segregated springs. It's pretty nice.
When did that change? Was that around the 60s though?
Yeah, probably 1973.
for
Bet
Montana?
you all them rocks was white.
For Montana?
Bet you it was a lake full of white rocks up until about 64.
Then they're like, beep, bring them in, beep.
All right. Integrate these goddamn rocks.
How are we going to explain this? Iron content.
It's that FE, baby.
The milk's gone bad. No,
Got milk?
I heard the best ski slope is actually in
What?
Montana. Fucking,
Better than Colorado.
no, fuck no. That's the most popular.
No, but better.
But it's so.
How so?
Can't remember the name of the goddamn.
Is it that place called Butt something?
No, I think it's big something.
A lot of
Not
things-
Big Fork.
No.
Big Butte.
No, Butte is just
Look,
one of the cities.
I do this too often on
Look,
this cast.
Big
I gotta look it up.
cannot lie.
'Cause I can't bring
In
something
fact, the
up.
other parks can't deny. When a ranger walks in with a hat like that, it just makes you go boom.
Look, let's see if it comes up if you just type in best ski slope.
So it's something natural. Mine was the Dom, the cathedral. It was
I
like
forgot what
Like
it's
Notre
about.
Dame?
no, the Dom, and it's another Gothic cathedral, but it was It's like 3 times larger than Notre Dame and way more detailed.
To quote Ron Swanson, say what you want about organized religion, but they know how to do a dovetail.
Yeah, a lot of them there.
Look, here we go. Hold on. Breckenridge.
That's Colorado.
Okay, it ain't Breckenridge.
I've been to Breckenridge. It's all right.
Hold on.
No, I don't mean to disparage Breckenridge.
Tell you right, it's Colorado too, isn't it? Utah.
Yeah.
Utah, maybe.
Hold on, it's coming.
I'm thinking like Kalispell, Whitefish.
I don't know. That's one of the states I haven't been. I've never been to the Northwest. That's the area I really want to visit.
Oh,
because I've been all over the rest of the entire country.
I've been Northwest. I haven't been in the middle of the country. Like, I haven't been
You could skip
Midwest.
that. You could skip that.
But I do. I'm lying. Well, does Utah count? Because I did go to Utah once.
No, it's Northwest.
That's still technically Northwest.
Yeah, I didn't leave the fucking this bitch's house though, so it doesn't really count.
Park City.
No, she lived in Mount Zion.
Party City.
Mormon Central.
She was one of the nastiest women. Anywho,
How was her
Golly
sister wife
gee.
though?
she
Like compared to her sister wife.
I didn't meet her.
Oh, okay.
She probably didn't want to introduce me to her because you know.
Yeah, that sibling rivalry.
And Aaron actually
How
had
does that work?
She actually had a crazy crush on me. Like it was.
Sister wife makes jealousy a whole new level of jealousy.
And you would think that you bitches knew what you were getting into. What's the fuss?
Well, obviously they have sinned with jealousy. Pray about it.
Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers.
You
Took the
bitches
words out of my
should've done
mouth.
that shit before you
You
made
took
it
the words out of my
to-
prayers.
to my fucking harem.
You got any other good questions on there, or is that the only good one?
No, there's quite a few. Oh, here's an easy one for all of us.
Okay.
Would you rather be a zookeeper or a preschool teacher?
Fucking zookeeper every day of the week.
Zookeeper all day.
Yeah.
Zookeeper, yeah.
Fuck them kids.
Because if I'm going to die of a disease, it's going to be weird. But with the kids, you get something every day.
Dude, that's how I got fucking sick. Fucking daughter, oopsies, daughter got me fucking sick last week. Goddamn kids.
Oh, yeah. Kids are petri dishes of disease.
Shouldn't you put your mask on? Now we know
Social
who you
distancing.
The jig is
Damn
up.
it.
No, he's been doing
It
this.
was my mystique factor.
He was doing this with a mask, so when we show clips, no, it's okay because I'm only using clips. It's not all going to be out the whole thing till it's revealed.
Shit.
But we can't use any of those for video.
The jig is up.
Yeah, definitely zookeeper, because if I discipline an animal, I don't get in trouble. But if I discipline a child, I go to jail.
Go to jail. 'Cause
Also,
I would kick a kid. I'll whoop a kid's ass. I
Like
will.
animals are just you're not going to get like the bad one. You know, like some kids. Well, think about it. Look, there's not like an evil giraffe. You know, like Eddie Izzard
So
says.
my great
You know what
grandma
I'm saying?
used to say, every animal has killing on its mind at least once a year.
You mean carnivores?
Nope. That's, mind you, this is my great grandmother who was born in like 1912 and dropped out of school in 8th grade to support.
She's
her
like,
fucking-
she's out on the porch. She's like, you see that pigeon? That pigeon wants to fucking kill that other pigeon right there.
Maybe not right, maybe not today, but at some point
It's
this
coming.
year,
It's coming.
That
Then
pigeon's gonna wanna
the
kiss-
first
gonna
one
kiss
flies
you.
off. She's like, you watch out.
bruh. I believe her too.
Yeah. Also, Zuki. I just feel like, but animals, you know, like in comparison to children,
Big Sky. I knew it had big in the name.
man, you
Oh,
forgot.
Big Sky, Montana?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
man. I heard that's like the best fucking slopes.
What was the other part of it? Star.
No,
Big Sky. Okay,
Big Sky, yeah. There's a whole Hulu show about it.
that's right.
Is there?
Yeah.
Called Big Sky.
Yeah.
I've seen the poster
I
on Hulu.
I've
The
got
please
to-
watch this
I
thing.
gotta check. For that.
For your consideration.
Yeah, you know, for a minute there, every time I turned on Hulu, it would play the same episode of 30 Rock in the same place, and after a while, I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
fucking, they want me to watch 30 Rock.
I guess I should.
I'd already seen it.
just-
Though.
Okay.
Call it Hulu. These motherfuckers
Better. Give me the
owe me
number.
some money.
All right.
Yeah.
Next, we're going to go down by the categories now. So we did work and now travel. All righty. Do. Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
Ooh. Excitement. Joy.
Golly gee. Would you rather cross North America in a Corvette or a minivan?
Damn, he's asking. We asked that one too. And I gotta go.
I changed it to basically anything with like a drop top.
Boom.
Or
Sunroof.
an RV.
I just need a sunroof or an RV.
An RV. And like RV every day.
So if it's those choices though, I gotta go fucking minivan. Honda Odyssey. That motherfucker is a Maybach of minivans.
I'm gonna say, I grew up RVing. My parents are like retired RV people now. They rent their house out and RV all over the place.
So they're Arvers?
They're
Arvers?
And like it's nice, but it's still kind of like camping, And I feel like if you're in a car, and you're doing the country, you're gonna stop at like nice places. So I think I might pick the car. No, in the middle of the country, there's not a lot of options. But where you can, you're staying in a nice hotel or something.
You know how much a fucking RV costs? Shit.
Yeah, no, I'm aware.
But in my car, like literally where I stayed was just Walmart parking lots and slept overnight. 24-hour parking lots. They're not going to get
RV
mad.
is better than that.
Oh, very much so. Yes.
yeah.
I did not have that choice.
Right. No, I'm saying with all the choices is,
Slept with my knife under my pillow.
How do
Wow.
you make? I'm not taking that. I gotta have a pistol in my.
I would just go straight through to Dallas, 25 hours straight.
Oh, no. The north on the I-90 is pretty beautiful. Yeah. It's like 90 once you hit like South Dakota on the freeways. Really nice.
Oh, I think I've been from the Ohio area, like on that road.
Yeah, Chicago is where it branches off from the 90 north to like what's the middle route? Like 44.
Don't look in this direction.
Where you got to go through Gary,
No
Indiana.
fucking idea.
Garrett, no, Indiana's behind Illinois.
Going east.
Going east is Indiana. I'm
Yeah,
going
so
west.
I know. I was saying I went east, so we're just talking about the same thing in different
I
directions.
went to the Indiana sand dunes, but other than that, there's nothing pretty in Indiana.
a lot of cornfields. And ethanol.
I hope
well,
you
that's
guys are
corny.
enjoying this white man road trip we're going.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we're really whitening this one up.
Jeez Louise.
All right, so
Call it the Greater Britain podcast, not the Greater Midwest podcast.
Maybe you should ask.
well, all right.
question.
Here's the
No, we're
question.
letting our guest do his thing today.
Just not very well, obviously.
No, he's not. He's picking.
He's picking the best questions because we already did them.
Here we go. I got a question then. Since we are going on the white man road trip, here's a question for good man Greater
Said
Britain.
America.
What would be the black man's road trip?
So I actually want to do this. It's actually in the works. One of my good friends owns an RV. It has 4 fucking beds in it. 2 of them are queens, I think, and the other 2 are fulls. Like it's a.
That sleeps 18 then.
It has hard right. Bro.
Well, if it's a black man's road trip, of course, there's going to be 2 queens in it.
In the words of the great 2 Chainz, more like 2 bitches.
So, Ryan, that was too respectful for the Greater Britain
Right?
podcast.
Respect for women is earned on this show.
I'm putting my
Give it.
feelers out. I'm
just kidding. I love bitches. I love them. Just kidding. I'm kidding, ladies. Jeez. You guys okay? Anywho. No, but it would be. So I've been up north. Like I've been up through Portland and Washington. Up through we drove up to fucking Vancouver.
Oh, that was a driving trip.
I've been to Vancouver a few times, and
That's cool.
once,
We were just talking about that with our other friend who was here. I've never. That's the area I'd want to go drive.
dude,
to.
it's so
'Cause I want to see the
fucking beautiful.
trees and the.
It's
Did you take the PCH?
We took PCH up
Nice.
to the 101. Dude. Oh man, it's so beautiful once you get up. Like, they're all beautiful. Portland and but in slightly different ways. Like Portland or fucking Oregon is just so fucking green. Like it's
Oh, it's so lovely.
It's beautiful. It's you're surrounded by just lush fucking shrubs, trees. It's just green everywhere.
It's like a northwestern
Weed
rainforest.
Decent.
It's not as good.
It's good.
They probably.
The higher up north you get, the worse it gets. Or
I
not
bet-
worse,
I
but
bet
like until you get up to Seattle, where
My guess is it's like the the farming now, like all the best produce goes to the big cities first.
Boom.
Even though.
And if you're talking about weed, the best weed is grown indoors, period. And most of the shit grown in those places, I don't know that. I'm not growing weed in those places. I don't know what most of it is.
I did see Homegrown, though, the Billy Bob Thornton movie and Ryan Felipe.
I haven't seen that.
Well, if you guys had Moon Maid is a great sun-grown flower.
Not that I.
Oh, it's like a strain?
I've smoked
No, it's a
lot
brand.
of weed
A
that I
brand,
didn't
okay.
know
Yeah.
what the fuck it was. Oh, that's the
brand. So they do strains. They do outdoor
that's the
versions.
grower.
Dispensaries have brands. We not ordering from the boy off the corner anymore. Like we're in California. We getting that dispensary stuff.
But
Well,
Hey, it's not Rochester anymore. I'm not getting that oregano from my homeboy.
but I still get my weed from the homie in his fucking parking garage. Pull up to him and but he sells to dispensaries, so his shit, he's a grower. So his shit,
exactly.
so
I'm just cutting out
plugged
the
in.
fucking
You
tax
cutting out
man.
We'll talk about that after the podcast.
Weed is legal, motherfucker. We
I
can
know.
talk about that shit.
All right. Okay, all I was going to say is, like, next time I need to buy weed, let's,
Peace up,
I'll
brother.
let you know.
Come on with it. My homeboy just gave me some fucking.
Has he got all the stats on it? Because he's selling to dispensaries. Because I'm nerd about the stats.
Oh,
I like to know what not that it's like going to be that different, but in fact, one of the things I wanted to do, this is the perfect podcast for it. I want to take good and bad weed, indica, sativa, hybrid, and each time we do a show, so that's 6 shows. Smoke the one
different shit?
Smoke the one that is that, and then we'll talk about, like, is it really different? Like, how is it different?
Fuck
And it
yes.
is. I know it is, but I've never like cataloged it. That would be a real time.
Oh, I have a little
science
journal
experiment.
that I do that with. It's how high are you? And it's like a little journal, and you do like the strain, like how you smoke it, what are you feeling, what are you eating? So it catalogs
Is that
like your munchies.
that creative book?
Yeah, but it's like a small one.
Yeah, I got Daisy. I got that for
You're not
her.
a smoker. You're a fucking connoisseur.
Sure, but I'm a smoker.
What do they call?
He's a toker.
He's
a midnight joker.
fucking secret shopper over here. This guy. Earthy undertones and citrus
Wine.
Hints of leather and tobacco in the
Hints of
bowl.
leather.
and oak wood.
Hints of leather in my dad's
The
garage.
palate has a nice, simple feeling of my dad's
that's-
disappointment.
That's funny. That was, dude. I remember the first time my dad acknowledged me being a weed smoker, because I came home blasted. I was like 15. Came home just we had hotboxed literally like 10 minutes before I walked in the fucking house. Like my eyes fucking looked like this fucking vape chart. Like they were so goddamn red.
He's pointing at a basically
a
fire engine.
engine red vaporizer. This dude, he looked at me. I walked in the house. I walked past his room. I said, "What up, Dad?" He just shook his head and didn't say shit. I go in the room. Obviously, I passed the fuck out within minutes. I wake up the next morning. He busting in my room at like 7:50 a.m. on a Saturday morning. Like, all right, look, little nigga. I can't. He's like, you pushing adulthood. We got to the point where I can't tell you what to do anymore. But you still live under my fucking roof, so I can't stop supporting your ass. So from this day forward, don't ask me for no more fucking money. Little did he know I was 3 years into selling weed at that point. I was like, okay, can I go back to sleep now, nigga? And he just slammed my door and walked out.
My next shift starts in 2 hours, man.
But
Like,
the
come on.
disappointment in that, he was just...
I had that from my pops. I got arrested.
I was about to say, this should be our next
I was
question.
just about to say.
All right, so-
I got that story, a couple
17.
of those.
I was 17, but this is also when he knew I smoked weed. Same time, same moment.
I was 19 when they drove me back to the house.
But no. It was a phone call. This is what happened.
Oh.
I'm in the middle of nowhere,
Are
Texas.
you the guardians of...
Because we had a really great idea. All my friends being stoned as hell. We were like, let's see where this highway ends. So we get on the road and drive. Need to get gas at some point. And we get to a town where there's like a post office and a Dairy Queen and a police station and a gas station. You know, like that kind of town,
and
right?
the car just sputters right and
Well, we're
stops
like,
in front of the police
we get, and
station.
like one of my good friends at the time was a little bit into like corn and heavy metal shit, and he was wearing a dog collar with spikes and had long hair down to his shoulders. And we stopped at this gas station, and like there was like a highway patrolman car park.
Where is this? Is Michigan?
This is in the
Where is
middle
this?
of Texas.
Michigan, that's very
Nowhere.
far north.
This is nowhere outside of Fort Worth, Texas, like in the boonies, right?
Fort Worth.
So we get out. It's actually a place called
Gives me
Jacksboro.
chills.
At the end of Jacksboro Highway. I found where it ended. So we go we go to this gas station, and then my friend like realizes the situation, goes in the bathroom and takes off his dog collar and comes back out without it on. Like that's gonna help. By the time we're like checking out, I got gas. The guy had called the local city. Now there's like a city policeman there who's like, quizzing me. He'd already seen the joint on my dashboard, but like was still like, what's that in your pocket? What it up? Right. Of course, like he finds like a dugout in my pocket and like da da da. So he says, follow me to the police station. Right. This is how small town shit works. So I follow him over there. He's like, I'm not going to arrest you. I'm going to detain you and write you the ticket for the weed stuff, but we got to call your parents because I'm 17. He was actually doing me a favor because he could have just booked me as an adult, but I think it was like one guy running the town police and he just didn't want to deal with all of us.
Too much paperwork.
Way too much paperwork.
And he wanted me to drive the other kids home
For weed?
because they were younger. So my dad picks up the phone. He talks to him first and he hands me the phone. My dad goes, "You're in Jacksboro at 2 a.m.
Is that what he told you?
And I didn't say anything, and he goes, "And drugs." And I was like,
Correction, marijuana.
So it was like, it was just weed. And he was like, we're not talking about this right now. And then, of course I was in big trouble. But,
Marijuana's bad.
that was when I went to rehab, Narcotics Anonymous, court ordered for weed.
You in here?
I was
for
that
some
guy.
weed?
I seriously was that guy. Because there were people itching around
This
me,
man.
They were asking, can I buy one drugs, please?
Like there's other dudes in there who were like there voluntarily because they got problems.
This motherfucker's just trying to get away from his wife for a couple hours.
My-
Because she's not Daisy. Because she's just not Daisy. No, the first time I got arrested, 19, smashed my car into a fucking wall. I was drunk, 19 years old. So
Sounds like you deserved this arrest, baby.
Bruh, they didn't arrest me. They took me home and escorted me to the front door
Amazing.
at like
How'd that happen?
3:50. It was like 3:50 in the morning.
Why were they about to do a shift change or something? Why
Listen, to this day,
was there a raid they
there's
want to
so
be a
much-
part
if
of?
I-
I don't get it.
if I told you the story in its entirety, there's so many parts of this story that just don't make sense. But there's not a lie in
Lucky
this
star.
fucking story, bruh. My life was straight spared that night, like on so many different. I fell asleep at the wheel, smashed into a wall. I'm still passed out after I smashed after the accident. My engine starts smoldering. A passerby just stops, pulls me out of the car, and this is in the police report. Less than a minute later, my engine implodes.
Like fire.
My
and-
car exploded, bruh.
Wow.
Less than a minute after, and
That is lucky stars.
and by the time I finally regained coherence or consciousness to fucking snap out of it, I'm surrounded. I'm sitting on the edge, like up against, you know how a lot of freeways have like the wall of, or the hill
The
of
dividers.
bushes. No, the hill of bushes
Yeah.
that on this, on
Well, wait, if
On
it's,
the
if
shoulder?
it's dipped in, there's like a big, like they've carved it into the mountain, so there's like a wall.
I'm
I see what you're
sitting
saying.
up against that with a semicircle of cops around me. What the fuck, you idiot? Wake the fuck up, dude. The person that pulled me out has left. I have no idea who the fuck saved my life.
Wow.
But
If you're listening, he's not going to give you anything, but he'll thank you personally.
that's why it's the Greater Britain Project. No. First, no. I'm glad you fucking said that.
What will you give this
Because fuck that shit. My dad gave me a Audemars Piguet for when I graduated fucking high school. I hadn't had that watch a year. Guess what was gone off my wrist when I came
no
to?
wonder. Hey, man, he came up.
$10,000 fucking dollar watch. That they earned it.
And he saved your life.
So I will personally extend a verbal thank you and a hug but
Then a little sleight of hand.
you got
Nat 20 on that sleight of hand.
you got what you got it. You got a gift already, motherfucker. And you touche, you earned that shit. I'm not mad. It was just damn. I guess a life for a watch is Fair trade.
Yeah, if you could go back, would you keep the watch and be dead?
Abso-fucking-lutely not.
That's not what the timing was about.
Oh,
Right. It's right. Now, obviously, that watch didn't have perfect timing. No, I'm lying. It wasn't an AP. It was a Patek. It was a Patek
sure wasn't
Philippe.
a Casio calculator watch.
I'm sure. It had an ostrich band. Ostrich skin band.
That sounds excessive. But cool.
I mean,
At least it wasn't emu.
Emu band?
wouldn't that be furry?
Could you make it out of beaks?
Do they have furry watch bands?
An emu is
See, they
like
probably
a
got
Alpaca.
scraggly ass ostrich.
they've got furry watch bands for furries.
Yeah,
They
it's
got-
called the waifu band.
They got to know when the orgy's over.
Oh boy. But oh man.
But meow.
I don't know why that was so funny to me. Nah, but that was
right,
that
give me
was
that. I'm
my
gonna do
first.
it.
That was my first. No, I actually saw one that I'll give it to you
All
after
right,
this.
all right, because we're gonna do like two more, and then we're gonna
Because this is
take a break. and do
keep
the next
rolling.
segment.
This
Yeah.
is this in the same line of the awe-inspiring kind of whatever. The most exciting adventure. Remember, we asked Brittany this and never answered it ourselves because she said it was like going to some fucking show with
Something
Garrett.
lame.
It's like you went to a concert and took mushrooms.
I hope she still listens. She's still listening because that was a lame story.
Dude,
I wish we'd never answered that.
Sounds like
No,
just
I'm kidding.
everybody at Coachella.
So
You want to go, or
me
you
every
you
other
got one?
weekend from 2015 to 2019?
I
Like,
think we both probably have one.
I was going to a music festival every other fucking week for like 4 years straight and doing exactly that, plus 2-3 other motherfucking substances. But anywho, what's your most what was it? No, wrong one. Exciting adventure.
So that's got to be a tie for me. One of them is with a friend of ours who was just here. But I think what beats it out is the time I met my wife, actually.
That was an adventure.
It was an adventure, yes.
You're a sweetheart.
Oh, thank you. I was doing a cocktail competition at the Wells Board. And she was there with one of her alcohol sales rep friends. And I was like doing the competition. And he was like, oh, you got to like help wingman me for everything and like be my business partner. She's like, okay, I do all the drinks, save that. He's like, oh, can you come with me? I got to meet the other bartenders at these other bars. She's like, okay. We start chilling. We're hanging out. It's wild. We get drunk with the other bartenders. We go to Kanya, which is like
Kanye's.
No, it is a delicious steakhouse.
Kanya? No.
Oh no, the Rum Bar.
The Rum Bar.
Oh,
Back when it
I don't know
was-
why I was thinking picanha. Anywho,
Probably because of Kanye.
yeah, it threw me off. But the Rum Bar, I've been there.
Yes.
in the fucking whatchamacallit building on
hidden-
8th and fucking
Yeah, and like
Olympic.
downtown. Yeah. Back when it was like more private
Still
and you
open?
needed.
It used to be a little members only or some shit. Yeah, it's still open. Fuck, it's still open. That's
It's a little,
pops.
it's a little more public now, but back in the day when I met her, it was very private. But we had people who got us in. There was this little barback who thought I was very cute, and he got me this $80 cigar for $5. Too bad he didn't know I was swinging his way that night. So super delicious.
Wait, hang on. I think you misspoke. You weren't swinging his way.
I was not swinging his way that night.
Because I think you
You
misspoke and
certainly said you were.
You said you were, but I know you meant
You
to
didn't
say
see my
you
face
weren't.
change when you said that.
I did not. So I was not swinging his way
Yeah,
that night.
I saw his face change, and we needed to just stop right there and keep going.
Little did he know I'd have done it for free is what I heard. I was like,
Yeah, or like what was on that cigar?
oh, this podcast is run a bit short today,
I like
guys.
having cigars.
It's
Monica-
not ain't
Monica-
that type of podcast.
Monica brings.
I was only smoking a cigar that night. There was no one under my desk.
I did not have sexual intercourse with that
woman. So I'm back there smoking this dope ass cigar, having conversations with everybody. She's like drunk, comes at me being like, why aren't you going to salsa dance with me? And I'm like, I'm enjoying this beautiful cigar.
Because I got a dope ass cigar.
She gives me a quick little slap across the face and says like, you're losing out, goes back to dance. Everybody starts filtering out. I walk out with her. I'm like, hey, you want to go to after hours with me?
Whoa.
She's like, sure, why not? We go to after hours and I'm like, God, I hope I impress this woman. I show up, 9 people at this after hours all look at me, shout Ryan, like the star has just arrived.
Of a random after hours?
At a random after hours.
Like, yeah, bitch, I'm that. I'm that. Yeah, I'm him, bitch. I'm that nigga, bitch.
I am that guy. And I just became the star of the whole night. We're all jumping, dancing, hanging out, doing extracurricular activities. She's participating. And then finally at the end of the night, she's like, okay, I'm going to go home with you. And I'm like, okay. And at this point, I don't even know. She doesn't remember her own goddamn name at that point. And I'm like, I got to get this woman home safe. I don't even
get her a pudding pop.
The pudding pop. I didn't even want the pudding pop. I got to get.
Pop might have killed her. She's already Cosby.
That's not what I mean.
She's already there.
She already had the barbecue sauce.
She's already there. She's like, so which way are we going?
Damn straight. And I'm like, I just got to get this woman home safe. And I get her home. This woman doesn't have her keys to her own apartment.
Oh, I've had that happen to me before, and I had to drive this bitch to Long Beach.
I had to drive her back to Mid-City from like West Hollywood.
That's not that bad.
It's not terrible, but we get to her car.
Fuck. That's the issue.
I find her car on like Google Maps and shit. She passes out in the passenger seat of her own car as I'm driving back.
And you married her. This girl's a hot freaking mess.
She is the best woman on the face of the planet, and I'm so lucky to be sharing my life with her.
I didn't mean to call your wife that. I have no.
Oh, it's fine. I've done it many times before, but
she actually is. She's exactly that. But she's my hot mess. Goddammit.
Damn right. I will own my hot mess.
We are the hottest of messes together, motherfucker.
And I drive her back in her car. Which, first off, I walk up to her car and it's got a vanity plate on it, and I'm like, oh dear Jesus, I'm going home with one of these fucking bitches.
Like, that's what it says?
What did it say?
Oh, no, it was just like her name and her area code. Like, that was the vanity plate.
It was custom made. I didn't know it.
But it's still a vanity plate. And I was like,
shimmery and shit.
That's the California way, bro.
I didn't know that at the time. I was a small farm town boy.
Blinging.
And I drive her back.
That's
and of course, her apartment complex, her parking structure, the only way in is like this tiny ass little slit into the parking garage. Never drove her car before. It's on like the hill of La Cienega, like 45 degrees.
Dude, I tipped. I was at the red light on.
Oh, I know what you're talking. Those kind of entrances in a giant hill over here.
Especially if you got like fucking Honda, a Toyota Corolla, you like might not make it.
Oh, it was a Santa Fe, so it was like an SUV.
Oh, okay, you get it.
So I had no room to spare.
Those things are wide, the old ones, because this is probably like the early thousands-ish, I'm assuming.
Well, no, I met her in like 2018, but she had like a early 2000s Hyundai, so it was wide. And so I'm pulling this shit in, I'm like, okay, gotta pass the gate. Into that tiny slit. Oh, I made it fit, baby.
Gotcha.
Hey, if it don't fit, take deeper breaths.
And then her parking spot, this tiny-ass garage, was next to a pole, and the pole was maybe 8 feet away from the wall.
The pole fit in the tiny slit too?
I see what you did there, asshole.
Tiny is relative.
I'm just repeating what you...
And
go on, I'm sorry.
Parked that shit absolutely out of my own mind, still being like, how the fuck am I driving right now? Didn't hit her car, got her up there, and she's like, well... he earned this. And I'm like, I don't even want to do this because you're so fucked up.
Because, hashtag.
But it was something for me.
When in Rome.
Well,
when in pussy.
Right. Hey, you can't. If you snatch a shirt off in front of me, it's...
Right, and it was tight and gorgeous and Puerto Rican. So I'm like, fucking course. I'm not saying no to that. Yeah, it works every time.
My baby mama's Puerto Rican, that bitch.
I know, God damn them for being hot and sexy.
God damn, why are you so nasty?
And here we are 5 years later now, getting married.
You're
what a nice story.
About to marry.
I propose and everything. Yeah, we've been, but like, it's just a piece of paper.
You got a ceremony set?
Nah, she's working for a big wedding company, so like we're gonna
just kind of over weddings.
We're gonna
really? Is that what it's about?
They're gonna piggyback on someone else's she plans and shit. Make it a Can you imagine?
Oh, well, a little bit. Now that she works for there, we're going to get a huge discount. So we're just going
I
to do
see.
it there. Yay. Instead of
I got
trying
you.
to go somewhere else. So, but at this point, it's just a piece of paper. So we're wearing our bands.
All right.
So yeah, that's my big
thing.
adventure.
I'm never signing a marriage certificate, but we could rock rings, move in, we could play wifey and hubby, but I'm never fucking signing a marriage certificate. It's not on my list of things to do, bitch. Sorry. But we could be together forever if you're up for the task. I'm a whole lot of niggas.
Are you a task?
I am a task and
Yeah, I think
You're
it'd be
a
hard.
to-do
I'm
list?
chores.
It'd be tough.
I'm chores. I'm not a task. I'm chores that kids are like, no, mommy, I'm not. Yep, I'm that guy. Him, bitch. It's tough.
Yeah, it's not, like Google Calendar has like task and then it has like list. He's like event, but you just
The
put
whole
like
month
from
is
now
blue.
till
You just click
till you're-
all day on him.
from now
Boom.
until you're done.
Boom. Boom. You know what to me the other day? She said, I get it. It's just deal with, she said,
Deal with your shit.
boom. She said, either deal with this shit or don't. And she said, and I think I can do it.
It's all right.
I said, well, I appreciate it.
I mean, isn't that really what everything is ever?
Boom. I told you this shit when you fucking met me.
No, I just mean like, you go to a job, you deal with
How
the
does
shit
it
or you
take
don't.
somebody
you go to
10 and a half
you-
months to rationalize that?
But isn't that every
life.
that's everything in life. It's like you either deal with it or you
Or
don't.
you
Or you move
don't.
on or you change. That's it.
That's
You-
why when people ask me, like, how is it so easy for you to say fuck it? Because
It's so easy to say
well, it's
fuck
a lot
it.
easier to say fuck it a lot of times.
it's the easiest fucking thing
Yeah,
to
that's what I'm
do.
saying. But that if you don't care, then-
Effort is way harder than fuck it.
so if you don't say fuck it, it's important.
Boom.
Right, yeah. You got to choose where your effort's going to be.
Boom.
Because you can't be wasting all your effort on
That's
everything.
right. Dropping that philosophy.
Man, that's it.
Fucking-
there
Look
now
at
he's
that.
co-hosting.
Now that's a segment.
Now
That's a
there
segment.
he
We're
is.
taking a break. We'll be back. Are you going to move on to the presentation? Do you want me to answer the exciting adventure question?
Oh, that's where we left off.
What do you
Was,
wanna
So, right, the most exciting adventure. Was it exciting?
Well, he
Yes.
did. That was his love
Right,
story.
that's right. It was. He said he had two. It was this. I don't even remember the first one because that
Love
story
story.
about his. No, that's what he said. He said, and the other.
Oh,
one,
that was and then the other one was just with Anthony. He didn't say about. Or sorry, a guy named A.
Oh, yeah, a guy named A. That was at Echo Rising.
But you don't have to. Maybe we shouldn't give details now that we've said his name.
We don't have to. We can move on to the next
How
part.
gay is it?
So who bled?
Oof.
Well, if we chat up the eagle.
Whoa.
Oh,
I feel like that's some Civil War stuff I don't know about.
No, Eagle LA.
Okay.
white men
Yeah.
get weird.
Yes, we
Today,
do.
this week on White Men Get Weird,
Birds of prey.
I picture myself more as a hawk.
Well, on White Men
I'm
Get
a
Weird.
Falcon man myself.
Well, I'm more of a finch, and let me just talk about my tax return.
Well, I'm a flamingo. No, I'm just kidding.
This Miami bird.
I'm like totally a pigeon.
Don't sleep on pigeons, man. They're
What?
actually very.
Don't sleep on them?
Very smart.
I wasn't going to sleep on a pigeon anyway. Like a bed of pigeons? What are you talking about? That'd be very
I forgot.
disturbing.
I gotta watch my African American.
What is that? Is that a saying?
euphemism?
Don't sleep on pigeons?
and jargon around this. These
No, I'm
don't
very
sleep
curious.
on means like
Where's it come from?
don't. From niggas saying whatever the fuck they want.
Okay.
I'm trying to tell you what it means.
Okay.
Don't sleep on means like don't forget about the
Don't forget-
fact.
yeah, okay,
or
I figured that out.
don't underestimate. So, don't sleep on them.
So you're saying pigeons are
They're very smart.
more than just city flying rats.
Yes. Just first of all,
But
think about
city rats are pretty smart too, though.
boom. Like this is what I'm saying. How it's called the circle of life for a fucking reason. Every animal, every species, every living thing has its fucking place. Fucking pigeons. Think about all the other birds. They got to fucking soar all high and spot a fucking fish or a worm and try to swoop down and get. Pigeons is like, no, nigga, you going to finish that sandwich?
Yeah.
Like,
That's why
Give me
there's-
my chopped cheese, bitch.
That's why there's huge problems with them.
well, no, actually, that's because fucking Spaniards brought those motherfuckers over here with them. That's
They
why
ruined all the
fucking
cathedrals with
problem.
those little plastic things they can't land on.
Bruh, it's much
You know what I'm talking about?
the pigeons. That's one of the problems America didn't create was pigeons.
Thank God.
No, they had bigger fish to fry.
You know, pigeons were the pinnacle of communication back in the day.
Boom.
That's right. That's right.
God
They
damn
were.
it. And if you lived in the projects fucking 25 years ago, they were still there too.
What do you think? What do you think what do you think the percentage of like? Do they have to send out like 5 pigeons for an important message, just in case like 4 of them fucked off?
From what I understand,
No, I know they're pretty much like trained to go back to. That's how you do it. You raise them somewhere and you bring them somewhere else.
You raise
and
them
they'll go
somewhere,
back.
you blind that motherfucker,
Yeah, they'll
and
go
then
back.
take it to the other fucking place.
They'll find it.
Boom.
But do they always?
And then you let that motherfucker go from the place you took it to, and it
I
flies
know,
back.
But
to
are
where
some pigeons like, fuck this? I'm like partying.
No, they were highly trained. Like,
Right.
there was people back in the
so
day.
you're saying it was
They're not
100%,
city pigeons, motherfucker.
100% accuracy on those messages being received. That's
Bruh.
my question.
I mean,
unless they
is
got shot
anything
out of the air.
But my question is how like under 100 is it? Is it like 80%?
Motherfucker, I wasn't a pigeon flyer. I don't fucking know. But what I do know,
know what?
is that they had this shit timed on like how
No,
long
I
it should take. So if they don't hear a response, send the motherfucker another one in a certain amount of time. But who the fuck can tell you the percentage of pigeons that didn't make their fucking destination unless
Maybe the journals of division.
the annals of pigeonry?
The annals.
Well, I mean, that's where the saying "as the crow flies" comes from, because they also used to use crows as messengers, because crows
And
are
falcons.
falcons were used for hunting. They
Falcon
weren't
and-
messengers.
No,
well-
falcons weren't messengers, were they?
Oh,
Because they don't
shit.
return home like that, do they? I don't
Well,
know. I'm just I had never heard of that.
Were short range war messengers.
Okay, that makes
Thank
more
you.
sense. That makes more sense.
Yeah, so like in the heat
But
of
not the
battle,
300.
Them goddamn
Yeah.
Ottomans and fucking the mountain Asian dudes.
The ones the
Mongolians?
300, the ones
Yes,
that 300
those
men
ones.
stopped.
no,
No,
not the Spartans.
Okay,
no.
Well, they stopped the invasion.
That was the Persian Empire.
Yeah,
They didn't
in
use-
Thermopylae.
So they had no falcons.
No,
I feel like that's
they
a falcon.
had elephants and rhinos and shit. They came to fuck shit up.
well, that was Alexander the Great. That wasn't the Persians. So
What's his name? Xerxes was rolling around on the goddamn woolly mammoth. No, I'm just playing. It was an elephant, though.
that was like
It's a real. I get it.
Yeah, that
It's
yeah,
not
like
it's
no,
not
that was a documentary.
an accurate. No, right. Fucking.
I'm pretty sure they actually transported cameras
fucking
back in
Gerard
time.
Butler.
Yeah, he was originally a
Is-
Spartan for real, and then we brought him to the future to act in films. That's why his was so
nickname
wooden
is
in his
Gerard.
performances.
That's Leonidas, motherfucker. He's a fucking 12 million years old.
Leonidas the Great from the 300.
Yes.
Yeah, but the Persians didn't
More
actually
like
have the
4,000 years old.
elephants.
They went and stole them from Africa like everybody else did.
Well, they didn't use them in war. Actually,
No, they were trapped.
Hey, I feel like Ryan knows what he's talking about. The way he's
They
holding
were
his arms.
transportation, and they would move heavy shit.
Not with the Persians. The Persians didn't have elephants. They didn't use a lot of heavy war animals. They just used their horses and mules for all of their transportation, but they were mainly a human-based army. It wasn't until later when Alexander the Great was conquering through Macedonia and going through the mountains that he took advantage of the elephants. And he took them from Africa and then also conquered more in India once he got there and spread his empire.
This is good. This is a good another learned doctor here. I can tell.
This motherfucker got
This
a
is-
PhD
Got a doctorate in
Sheesh.
Alexander.
in life in hit in this.
You know, I was
I
telling you
just
guys.
didn't fall asleep in history class.
I walked on
I
the.
didn't either. History and English.
I got
were
to
my
walk on the
jams.
same steps as Alexander, to where he went to see the Oracle
In Delphi?
in Delphi.
Ooh.
Very cool.
I was about to
And
say,
the temple there
in
was
Matrix.
built on a sulfur thing.
A hot spring?
I was about to
Not a
say,
hot.
that's
There was this
Geyser.
gas coming out. So in the temple,
noxious gas.
those seers were actually
loaded.
like paint sniffing loaded, huffing.
Yeah, it's
Sounds
kind of
like a good
almost
time.
similar to the Amazon because there's a great anthropologist. He wrote The Cosmic Serpent. Jeremy Rant, I think his name
Piven.
is. What?
Piven.
No, he represented
No.
him.
I wish.
The entourage.
But
The only Jeremy
he
I know.
wrote a book on the Amazon because he went there and did an anthropological research as to why like these medicinal shamans like had all of this effective medicine that was not based out of Western medicine, like no penicillin, none of this.
We got the biggest fucking forest on the goddamn planet.
Right, exactly. So they were wondering how the hell did they treat all of their people like the same, if not better than Western medicine
with fucking hallucinogens, bro.
Because you can't get this just anywhere.
Exactly.
They tricked the people's brains into healing themselves.
Well,
No,
that's not what he
Kinda.
found.
Oh no.
So when he went down there,
same reason we didn't get COVID during the pandemic.
Right.
alcohol.
Weed and alcohol. That's all. Go on.
So when he went and did this study, he went down and he spoke with medicinal shamans of the Amazon rainforest. And what he found out is that these shamans, when they did ayahuasca, so he did a full shaman ayahuasca trip with them.
That's the one thing that I haven't done in my experimenting.
I've tried the mushrooms and the other
I've done
things.
every other.
Have you tried ayahuasca, by the way, Ryan?
I have not. I've done bufa, which is like
You boofing?
That's
you boofed?
getting blown.
You got boofed?
in the whoa. You okay?
No, I
no,
think
that's a
boofa-
blumpkin that you're thinking of.
That's getting your dick sucked on while you're taking a shit as a blumpkin.
Whoa.
Boofing is when you get
Isn't it? I saw it.
narcotic blowing up
It
your
was in
butthole.
the very first Franklin. Remember that?
I vaguely yeah.
It starts with a dude in the 80s getting he gets drugs blown in his ass and overdoses because it's like, obviously.
Or are you talking about Snowfall?
Yep.
Yep.
Obviously a bigger membrane. But yes. Okay, go on. Ayahuasca. This guy.
So he went down there and he did the full experience with one of these Brazilian shamans where like for 2 weeks you have to like cleanse your body, whole nine. And then there's a special tobacco that's actually grown in Brazil that's different from American tobacco. So you smoke all of that. And then when you take
All of it.
Because this is
and then when you take the ayahuasca, that tobacco like cleanses the mind and opens up the mind more for the ayahuasca. So what he found as he was cataloging his journey,
high listening to this.
right? Yeah, I got high reading the book.
Where are we?
Exactly. When he took the ayahuasca, he noticed that when he was taking the journey through the rainforest with the shaman, that the plants were speaking to him and they were vibrant with different colors.
They're like, yo, man, you seem wheezy?
Come on, man.
A little bit. We healthy plants. We healthy plants. We're gonna help you. But he
There's
noticed
the one that's like, don't talk to them.
a little bit, yeah. So
Those plants don't mean well.
what he saw was that there was certain plants, because what happens with ayahuasca and any hallucinogenics, it opens our brain waves to certain frequencies that we can't usually see, which plants communicate on a frequency that we can't see. It's almost like how a dog.
This is not, you're surmising.
No, fuck no, he's not.
No, these are not.
Dude,
These are not measured because they're not measured either way. That's what you're saying. They're not a measurable.
how does something?
That's what
how
he
does something that
measured.
doesn't
The
have-
plants are measured. Their communication thing, but like
Fuck that.
You're
how does
saying,
something without a heart have life?
What are you
Because
talking
it's
about?
still like
Boom,
through
I'm
it.
with you. I'm with you. I don't agree.
I understand that things without a heart can have life.
That's-
Like it's
There
just,
could- the earth has a plethora of energies in it that the little itty bit of it that get
but
projected.
he's talking about
into the-
measurable, already measured and documented energies, not the ones that may or may not exist, that haven't been figured out yet, maybe, or that we can't see yet, or we can't measure yet, or whatever.
Just because we can't see it or measure it.
I'm not
doesn't
saying it's not
mean-
there. I'm saying like that's an opinion everyone has to make for themselves. But the measurable stuff is what you're talking about, right?
Yes, and he was trying to measure this, which is hard when you're on a hallucinogenic, because like science may not accept it.
Well, and also your tools don't look right.
And you know,
Well, the tools he had was just his brain and his hands. So working with the shaman,
and a bunch of motherfuckers that are like, shut your ass up, nigga, we high. Like, ain't nobody trying to hear the nigga talking sense while we trying to have this ceremony in here. Like, bruh.
well, the ceremony points out the plants and how they communicate with each other. So there were certain plants that he said he recorded from remembering.
Can you act like you've seen Avatar, please? Jesus Christ.
It's actually a little bit like that, like how the plants communicate with people. That's how they communicated with
Palm
the
tree.
shaman. So there was some that communicated on a vibrancy and frequency that resonated the same with a different plant with different properties. And those two put together would make like a penicillin of sorts or an antibiotic.
Or like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Unobtainium.
Unobtainium. Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Dude, no, I get it. I'm fucking with you. 'Cause it's
I'm skeptical, but I'm not. I just don't. I haven't read what you've read.
I had it.
Right. This is one opinion from an anthropologist that like went through all of this and remembered as much as he could. Because like he also vomited like 3 times.
Well, that's the one thing that
happens. That's one of the
that's a big
stages.
Yeah, because you have to empty your stomach. You can't like eat anything else that's like processed, no sugar,
I really
no
hate
caffeine.
vomiting though.
I do. Too.
Yeah. And
That's a big like.
and you
I
just
don't know about that one.
consume and you smoke this Brazilian tobacco to like get your mind and your stomach ready for the ayahuasca. But when he did that, he like went with the shaman. The shaman picked out plants and he saw how the plants communicated with each other, and he made these poultices that like would cure a stomach ache. They would be an antibiotic and like clear out a cut. Like, and he
Got
saw
one for diarrhea.
Yes, actually, there was plants that would like cure or prevent diarrhea. So he went on this.
I'm not asking for me.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, it's a friend.
Just get some lavender, buddy.
I'll tell him.
Eat less.
So yeah, he would see all this, and that's how he figured out the communication and how this third world country was able to have medicines as potent as our Western like
Bullshit.
capitalized medicine that was processed.
That's not even medicine. It's just this will take the edge off for a while.
Well, I mean, penicillin was,
Oh well, that's the shit. Yeah.
and that was formulated from a mushroom growing. That's how they repopulated penicillin.
I mean, we just
mean,
the way we do
Amoxicillin was first, by the way.
the way we do
Yes, it
research
was.
on medications is just backwards because we don't know enough about getting the right
If
thing for
they
the thing.
Fucking no, they just don't.
No, it's-
this country is not trying to.
It's not a country thing.
Prolong our lives. That's the issue with America. It's there's our government is aware of so many things they could be doing differently to make this country what they claim it to be. The big farms should not exist. Like there's like.
Well, if it didn't, we wouldn't have a lot of the good medicines we use and people need for a lot of the diseases that we've discovered reasons for.
That's one way of thinking about it.
But
or we
also-
would have taken a different route, a more holistic approach, and would probably be in a better place as a fucking human existence.
maybe.
Or as a civilization, I should say. Like,
Well, I just think there's room for
I
both.
can't say that if
You
that didn't
can't
happen,
stop.
then that would. I hate when
I
people
just
do
think
that
you
shit,
can't
'cause
stop
You can't
the-
say if this didn't happen.
I'm saying you can't.
Who knows what the fuck would have happened if that didn't happen?
I'm just saying I think there's room for both types of medicine in any kind of thing. Diagnosis
the
or whatever.
majority of pharmaceuticals are suppressants. They don't fix problems. They just suppress them for a little while until your body starts rejecting the fucking suppressant.
Well, there are a lot of them that actually will help us. It's just that, like you said, our country is profiting
Charges
off of them.
$2,000 for the
Right.
fucking
The good
prescription.
ones.
Right.
Because we just
The
figured
shit
it out.
that my mom's main fucking cancer fucking medication is $2,800 fucking dollars. Mm-hmm. She has one that she said is $800 a pill.
I believe it. It's ridiculous.
I mean, I took my dog to the vet, and one of his pills just to make him slightly hungry again after the whole procedure, $120.
I'd have went home with a new pet.
Oh no, I love my boy
He
too
went
much.
home with you would have went home with a box of ashes.
Oh, fuck that shit. They got incinerator here. Nigga. Hey, buddy. It's been real. What else y'all got back here? Nigga, shit.
But yeah, almost every single other country, when it comes to healthcare, their doctors.
Oh, this is a healthcare episode because there's a lot. We're getting
long
we can
story
go
short,
deep here.
This is where I'll
Canada.
end it.
Closest.
But yeah, most other countries, their doctors get paid for how many people are healthy. Our doctors are only paid for fixing people.
Well, I think you just stumbled on another thing that I have a big issue in this country. That's also cultural. It's in our laws. It's basically built in this country. We reward the wrong things inappropriately. So like we don't pay the people who do the real stuff the right amount. If we could figure out that balance, then a lot of people would.
That's the
it'd be
problem with a
getting things.
capitalistic
That's one of the
society.
problems with the capital. That's why there's got to be somewhere between capitalism and I guess whatever other version of things there are. I don't want to say it out loud. Socialism, but like because I'm not a socialist, but I think there's something
Throughout history, that's been one of the most effective forms of a governing system outside of a dictatorship.
What?
Where do it or we kill you, motherfucker.
Well, feudalism was pretty good. Like it was very romantic.
Okay, Romeo.
I mean,
Listen.
I like knights and castles.
I just want to slap a motherfucker with a glove and challenge him to a duel.
Next when Garrett comes back.
Motherfucker. Oh, we'll fight for Brittany.
for Brittany. Maybe you should call her this time.
I mean, low key, America.
I told you wouldn't give me a fucking
I know he wouldn't.
Every time I asked
All right, we gotta move on from that.
Yeah, let's move on.
All right,
Post.
we have got a presentation.
We do have a presentation. So to go with our Great Britain theme.
I've
Thank
never
you, Britton.
seen brown gin, by the way.
You've never seen Britain? Oh, perfect. What a
I know.
great
So hold on, let me
segment.
start.
Hang on. I know a brown girl named Jen.
Is she spelled with a G?
Maybe.
I know a Gen.
I don't know how y'all spell your name.
Jen. What you mean, y'all? Like,
What do you mean? Like you and Ryan?
I also know a Stephanie with 3 F's and 1 Y.
I really
so-
did think your name was Britton, like the country, until we
No,
started
it's
this.
probably like 2 F's.
I really, your name is Britton, like
most
the country,
people
in
do
my
until
phone.
they see
So
it.
I don't know how you
Most
spell your
people
name.
think that until they see it.
In that theme, since you've never seen a brown gin,
And this is what that's the one gin is the one alcohol that I actually don't really care for. Like I don't like the floral taste of most gins.
so I get that a lot with Barr Hill, and I understand that with gin, because a lot of times when people make gin, like you need juniper to make it. But what happens, so juniper is like the floral nose that you get. So that's what you smell. But a lot of gins throw in like 12 to 13 other botanicals.
Like rapeseed. Hey, but can I pause you? You said Barr Hill. We don't know what that is yet.
So Barr Hill is a Vermont-based gin that's made from honey, neutral corn, and juniper. That's the only 3 ingredients we use.
I like all three of those things.
Yes.
I prefer angry corn, but neutral corn's okay.
Have you had juniper? I had juniper berries.
I once did a juniper smoke ceremony where you asphyxiate yourself with juniper smoke because I thought it was a shaman. It's a shaman thing.
So you
build a fire.
were getting there. You were
build a
being
fire.
smoked out before you knew you weren't.
You
with
build
the
a
shaman?
fire. You put a bunch of juniper on the fire that's wet so it smokes, and then you put a blanket over everybody, and you just
Kind of like a sage cleansing.
for your
Is that where you guys were headed in Jacksonville or wherever the fuck you were driving to?
this
This
is
sounds like a bunch of kids doing some silly shit.
no, this is you know what? Because I couldn't smoke weed anymore, I was like, let's try juniper.
Let's go get this Junie high.
Yeah, I'm on probation now. They don't test for juniper bushes,
ain't
but
testing for
because it doesn't do anything. All right, go on.
So juniper, like I said, gets a bad rap because all of the other botanicals thrown in there. So juniper, it's very floral on the nose, but very earthy and mellow on the palate. So it's a little more approachable.
Give me the shot, goddamn! No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
No, keep going. I'm just playing.
Is it
'cause
a-
I have,
and is it
you
a
saw me
s-
reach for it earlier, just on instinct. I was like, oh, wait,
Well, I know it's delicious as shit. I can't wait for you to
So
try.
tell
our
me this
Tomcat.
though, because you let me try this before when we saw each other a few weeks ago. But
Yeah.
this one, is it a sipper? Is it a like? Do you shoot it? Do you like? How would you like describe it? You know what I mean? Like,
So our Tomcat gin is an old Tom style gin, which we'll get into the history of that. But you can sip it like an old fashioned. You can also shoot it like a whiskey shot. And you can also put it into so many other fun cocktails.
So do what you want with gin. is what
Do
you're saying.
what you want with this one specifically.
do what you want.
Yeah.
does this gin make you sin?
I mean,
Let's find out.
let's find out. Tune in later.
You know, that's like one of the reasons why alcohol is called a spirit in the first place.
Because it brings that good spirit forward.
Until the bad one follows it in.
This gin's so good.
You know,
Tasty. All right, what are your impressions?
I could get jiggy with it.
You get jiggy with that.
It's like
I've never heard him say that about a drink before. So
it's like
getting jiggy with it.
no. It's like no, man. It's like it could taste the honey. It's like honey whiskey
But non-threatening, like
with-
Will Smith.
with gin. Keep your name.
I'm not black.
Shit.
It's got that floral nose,
Will
but
was
it's
out. It
got
was Muhammad Ali. But no, it's yes. It got.
I do like. I can still
like it.
taste the traditional gin flavor,
but it's
there's
not
but
as
it's
over. It's not
because of the honey and the oak. And I love Scotch. So because of the oak barrels, like that smoky thing, it's like, oof, it is very
I drink
nice.
to get fucked up, so I can't really formulate. But yes, that's what I was saying. That's what I was getting at.
No, I was trying to help you there.
The honey and the smoke balance out the fucking floral taste.
Also,
Yep.
I really don't like the peanut butter whiskey thing that's very
I've
popular.
had 2 different versions of it,
And I like this way better,
one-
but it's not.
Oh, this
it's
is way
not
better.
Peanut,
You can't
but-
sip that peanut butter shit. You can't drink.
no.
that.
That's got to be a shooter or a cocktail
you gotta
whiskey.
eat
yeah.
that.
You
Yeah.
gotta put that in between
In a
your
Jell-O
fucking-
shot.
That's a PPB and J.
God, that'd be the grossest yellow
So
shot.
the best thing about this gin, so yes, it's got that oakiness to it because we do age it in New American oak, and we have our own cooperages. So we make our own barrels.
How old?
6 to 9 months.
Underage.
Underage, yeah. So it's
No,
almost
it's very
like
much overage for
creamy.
gin.
well for gin, yeah, but it's almost
Creamy
like
booze.
like a reposado tequila. It's
Yeah,
like
the
rested.
middle thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Repo is what 5 years.
Repo.
Well,
No, that's
No.
Añejo. Is 1 year.
Añejo.
Añejo is 2 years plus.
I thought
Repo
Blanco
is 6
was
months.
like 6.
No, Blanco's like fucking like squeeze the agave, you got tequila.
and
Yeah,
put some-
Blanco
put
is
some-
is straight out of the distillery. Repo is like 9 months to a year.
I thought it was like 6 to 2 a year or something like that.
I think it's
6 to a year and a half.
Okay.
I thought Añejo was like 5. Because what's the one?
Just two plus for tequila with Añejo.
What's the one above that? It literally tastes like fucking tequila candy.
Cristalino?
Is there like a VSB tequila that I don't know about?
Well, there's
You know what I
Cristalino,
mean? Like-
there's Ultra Añejo.
Is it
Time
just
out.
like super longer añejo?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Ultra
Till it
Añejo
gets
is like
sweet. Like it has it's sweet. Not sweet, but it's
so what you're describing is Cristalino, where they age it for like 2 to 3 years, and then they do a process where they take like the barrel aging out, so it's clear again, but it retains all of like the sweet notes from the barrel, and they usually add in like citrus and sugar.
It's a sweet.
It's so sweet. So yeah, this one we age in New American oak that we make all the barrels ourselves. So we can control the toast. We can control that this is the only juice that goes in. So our standard gin, which is just honey, juniper, and neutral corn, that goes into these barrels.
What does neutral corn mean?
maize.
Neutral
I mean
corn.
the neutral part. I understand that.
So-
corn maize part.
So neutral corn
And the corn
means
maize.
that it's not like a sweet or a maize.
It
So
ain't
like
yellow or white. It's beige.
beige corn.
I've never heard the term neutral corn. I actually was wondering that myself.
Sweet corn is usually like a cattle feed corn. And maize is usually just decorative, or they use it in aging processes with whiskeys. So it gives it a little
Which one's
more.
ethanol?
All corn.
I know, but do you think there's one of those that's, or does it matter?
It doesn't really matter. That's all in the distillation process. In ours, I think we just do 3 times. Because like if you go anything past, I believe 4, like Tito's has its whole like distilled 6 times, whatever it is. I think either past 4 or 5, it just keeps taking character out of the spirit and just makes it more
That's why
alcoholic.
Tito's. I remember I used
Not a lot
to
of character.
love Tito's until I started drinking just way better vodkas, and it was like, dude, this shit literally tastes like rubbing alcohol. Like Tito's makes me sick now, bro. Like it's.
Yeah, because also with Tito's, like they distill it from corn.
I thought Tito's was potato.
No, it's corn. Chopin is potato, but Tito's is corn. But they
And
use
dogs. Oh, no, they save dogs. Sorry.
They save dogs, yes. But Tito's is a corn.
They don't put them in there.
Tito's is a great taco spot on fucking Washington Boulevard.
I know Tito.
Yes, it is.
Tito was my hookup back in the day.
Tito's.
But Tito's use copper pot stills, so you kind of get some of that metal out of it.
Shit, that makes sense.
That's why.
That's why when you do it neat, you get some of that metallic feeling in your palate because
Told
it
you.
takes on a little bit of the copper.
Told you this is a podcast of learned doctors.
Right? I hate having metallic taste.
So a sommelier is a wine.
Somalian? From Somalia.
No, that's a nigga from Africa. Sommelier is a wine connoisseur or wine.
That also pirates.
What the fuck is he call a whiskey? A hard liquor. Brew mat? No. What the?
Oh, like
what's
a Scotch whiskey expert?
moonshiner?
Well,
No,
Sort of.
It's still
It's like,
still it's like in a version of sommelier, but you like add spirits to it.
A bouzier?
Whiskalier?
A whiskalier, I like
Scotchier?
that. But it's usually just a connoisseur and an expert.
Look,
when it comes to spirits.
They're just bullshitters either way. Like, no. I mean, those guys. You know what? It's funny.
This is good fucking.
It's really good, but isn't there
You can pour more out if you want to.
isn't there a thing where like
Go ahead.
people have well,
thank you.
people have one of
I
three
wanted to.
types of palates, right? And it's like the sommelier is obviously got to have the one that really can taste everything.
They
And
ha-
it's like, in like the fewer people have that, and then there's like a big group that has the middle one where you kind of taste like. But then the basic people, there's like people with taste buds that just don't have
don't
the
work.
layers.
It's like, dude, this, I feel like that's my chick. Like, this tastes funny. I'm like, this shit's delicious. What are you talking about? But anywho, I actually think I'm that upper dude because my homeboy is a sommelier, and he was because he used to work. He was the fucking head bartender at Meat on Ocean. So I'm in there one night, and he's like, they had just got a bunch of new shit, and he's pouring all this different shit for me. He's like, "What are you tasting this one?" And I was pretty much hitting it. He was like, "Okay, motherfucker," and then I hit him with it. I have a refined palate, my brother. Of course.
yeah.
Would you happen to have some chocolate and some water to rinse?
He erupted in laughter.
Can I smell coffee beans?
Right? Can I have coffee beans, please? I'd like to clear my nasal passages of any obstructing sense. That shit works though when you get to the goddamn cologne counter in fucking Neiman.
I've been a fragrance modeler.
That's why a lot of them have like a tray of
fragrance
coffee beans. Yeah.
That's what you call that job. Would you like to try Sport by Liz Claiborne?
I thought that's just a cologne salesman.
Yep.
Like,
But they call it
Do you want
fra-
Blood Spurt by Dennis Feinstein?
Tinkle by Diddy.
no.
No,
Essence.
that's Diddle by Diddy.
No, Adolescence by your boy.
My boy.
What's not Epstein, his homie,
What?
the actor. Well, God damn, we were talking about him.
My
You
boy.
make a joke about him every other goddamn day.
Oh, he's not my boy though. Dude, that's hit on me a bunch of times,
He's a
right?
great actor though.
No.
No.
Who are you talking about?
I don't know why the only.
Why are you blanking on this white face?
Because you know what
we
I
all
don't
look the
commit to
same.
memory is pedophiles, motherfucker. That's
With Kevin Spacey?
Yes, fucking you knew the whole goddamn
You said,
time.
well, you said pedophile. I was like,
Adolescence by Spacey.
Adolescence by Kevin Spacey.
Damn it, I was rumbling around so long. Forgot what the goddamn premise of it. Like, they forgot we were talking about colognes and shit.
Palettes.
No, it's okay. That might just be think we're talking about Adolescence by Kevin Spacey.
I don't want those listeners.
The ones by him.
The ones that are like, oh, Spacey. Yeah.
I mean, he's a
got
good
it
actor.
right.
I mean, you can't, Michael Jackson's
a
got
great
good music
bruh.
no matter what he did.
See, don't do that shit. There's no fucking proof that Mike did any fucking thing inappropriate with these goddamn kids.
Okay, well,
on a sexual level. Yes, having sleepovers with somebody
It's so
else's
weird,
kids.
man.
That's weird. But it's not normal. But their parents dropped them off there.
Yeah, they're
Because they were
idiots.
paid to.
Boom.
They were making money more than they ever had.
You know where I would never drop my daughter half at?
Neverland Ranch with Michael Jackson.
Anywhere
Kelly's
that,
house?
any fucking where that involves me not being there. She's a fucking child.
Yeah.
I'm not dropping my kid off at this fucking billionaire's house fucking amusement park.
But we're just gonna watch movies.
And I told you.
I know. I'm not arguing that.
See episode
But my
1.
point is, no matter what, I still like his music.
I love that
And I
motherfucker.
still like Kevin Spacey's
And
movies.
It's like separate the art from
You
the
gotta
artist.
separate-
I hate the fact that you just go to Michael Jackson first. Go to R. Kelly first.
Okay.
We know he pissed on a
But
little
I don't
girl.
like R. Kelly's music.
And I do, and I'll never stop playing.
But
it.
I wouldn't say
what
that.
you do in your personal life, nigga. That's
I know, but it's for
your
me.
music,
He's not for me.
though? It's good. Who don't believe they can fly? If you don't like that song, you have no heart. That is a beautiful fucking song about succeeding as a human being.
Well,
I mean-
it's different to like a song than to like a whole bunch
You
of
said
shit
you
they
don't
did.
like his music. I don't like the shit most people do. But if that my accountant is
I mean, no,
fucking,
I think we're arguing the same point here because you're being semantic about whether or not I like R. Kelly's catalog or just one song. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I can't separate that.
Oh,
You're
well,
right. That's a good song.
And
Who
you
cares
can't
about
go
that?
to R. Kelly first because you don't listen to his
But I'm
music.
saying that's why I
Don't
went
say I
to.
don't like it though. Because
Well, no, I've heard.
Here's a more generalized one. So like we all love Whitney Houston, right?
yeah, but she
Mm-hmm.
smoked crack
Exactly. So we all
after she told
ignore.
us crack was whack.
So we all ignore that, and we also all ignore
I
which
still want to dance with somebody.
right? Which one of the Browns beat her? I can't remember. Bobby. And we also forget all that piece, and we still love Whitney's music. So we separate that because we also like slightly victimize her, which as she should be, because
it's
Well, the
people-
Bobby thing seems a little
people
victimized.
victimize Whitney for
Meaning,
the
like, she was the
entirely
victim.
wrong. No, she
In the-
she wasn't. She absolutely was not. So put it this way: I personally know Dionne Warwick, who is Whitney Houston's.
when are they gonna be on the
Aunt.
podcast?
She lives in fucking Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
Let's go.
She,
stay with
I
Garrett.
would love to meet Dionne Warwick.
she's going to command a nominal fee. She's that bitch.
Maybe next year.
Yeah, she don't get off.
I
She
know, I know.
doesn't
She's
leave
professional. I
Cherry
get it.
Hill.
I get it.
Unless it's a comma behind.
Please
that
go.
shit.
I get it. Yeah.
But that's Whitney's aunt,
Yeah.
and
So you know the scoop. Okay.
Whitney was smoked out way before Bobby came in the picture. Let's just put it that way.
That's not what I meant.
Her aunt sexually assaulted her and smoked her out when she was a preteen.
Her aunt,
Whitney Houston's aunt.
the woman you're saying.
No.
Okay.
She
I was
has-
like, wait a minute.
Everybody got more than one. Well, not everybody, but she has not. Dionne didn't do.
Of course.
That'd
be,
she know, bruh. I will get a phone call. Britton.
We love your work. We love your work. He did not say that.
I'm trying to go back to New Mexico. Anyway, oh no, San Jose. Where did New Mexico go? Anywho, Whitney, she was victimized as a child and got with Bobby, who's a nigga that liked what she liked. And shit just got gray. Crack does that to two people in a fucking mansion.
Does it work the same way in a apartment building?
Just
or?
never. Just think about if you were somebody. It's like a kid getting. It's like Adderall. You give a fucking 12-year-old Adderall. They're probably going to do that shit for the rest of their
How
fucking
much
lives.
is the kid paying me for the Adderall, though?
Jesus Christ.
I'm just kidding.
But Whitney was a victim of life.
Yeah, but still, I'm just saying, like, at the end of that, like, the thing I meant victim-wise was, like, she had, like, a bunch of bruises, was beaten. Yes.
So did Bobby.
Fucking, I'm sure it was a
That
fight.
wasn't an ass
and
whooping,
he
it was a
just
fight.
got the, charges because it was the way
Put
of
it
the
this
things.
way. Put it this way. My mom.
I know people who
No,
fight and they're fucking.
I'm going to a different. I'm off Whitney. My mom does Chris Brown's fucking manager's hair. Chris didn't beat up. He didn't hit Rihanna. Rihanna was banging on this nigga from the passenger seat without a seatbelt, and he just slammed on the brakes. That bitch hit her forehead dead in the motherfucking dashboard, and then snapped back and kept going. So he did it again. Revved the fucking Lambo up to 60 and smashed on the brakes again.
Doesn't he know the Seinfeld move to?
He didn't hit
Keep him
that
from
bitch
the-
with his hands. This nigga
not
protected
hit.
himself
Protect her from
with a
hitting the
Lambo.
dashboard. I got you.
Well, victim is only relevant.
Oh, it's a very, it's how history is written.
Boom! By the motherfucker that can afford to fucking write the goddamn books. And that's usually the motherfucker that fucked up. Because they killed everybody and took the money. Anywho, next topic.
Well, if the history says they didn't fuck up, then they made
Well, then they didn't do it.
The ones that fucked up, we know, because they lost.
Hey,
and the books are very much
We're taking
against
black
them.
history out of the fucking allocated curriculum because you don't need, because that's embellished.
I feel like that's just Florida and a couple other places.
What the fuck? It's
I'm sure it's
way
horrible.
It's I think 30. It's like 32 states.
but totally out.
If public
Or
schools
just
in 30 something
significantly
states
like
do not require the teaching of African
Sure, it's
American
not
history.
creationism / evolution.
What? Evolution is nobody has a race. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well,
It's about to be a whole bunch of mulattoes.
because people,
nobody's going to be able to identify to one fucking.
Yeah, but they're not teaching evolution, and they're instead
What
they're
the
teaching.
fuck is evolution?
They're teaching
Some shit that we're still trying to figure out if it even fucking happened.
Oh,
Human beings.
Now, with Black history, I super understand that. I grew up in a very super white, like Northern New York town.
Don't talk about it. That's how we're gonna get down. Like, just if it was fucked up and it makes the higher ups look bad, so we're just gonna leave that part out.
Right, exactly. So
Part of learning is that
they focused on like the Erie Canal and all this bullshit, but like myself personally, when we had like our reading assignments and everything else, I chose, since I wanted to be a little more cultured, I chose Thomas H. Gaines, which was A Lesson Before Dying. And also
motherfucker is learning.
You weren't on the mic for that. He said this motherfucker is learned, but in a different intonation.
Exactly.
It echoed. I heard it.
And also, I made sure I read all of Richard Wright's works. Native Son, Rite of Passage. Because if they weren't going to teach me it, I wanted to learn. And then the wild thing in school for me, because like I wanted to make sure I wasn't that white kid growing up. So I asked all my black friends.
You wanted to make sure you weren't like every other white kid in your school.
Correct.
You wanted to be. Yeah, I'm that white kid that ain't. I go ahead.
Yeah.
Keep going.
And so when I asked all my black friends about this history in these novels,
All two of them? No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
even Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and all that.
He owns a black card and he confiscated it.
We'll get into that story later.
Oh, this is the greatest. We're about to snowball right into that shit.
But this is also
It's great.
a saying on our own education system because they didn't even know about Richard Wright, Thomas H. Gaines, and
Your black friends didn't know about Thomas H. Gaines?
they didn't know about Richard Pryor.
My bad.
And who wrote Uncle Tom's Cabin? I forgot.
Oh God. Oh, I hate looking up shit that I know.
Yeah, I forgot the other's name too.
It's okay. We ain't going to judge. But regardless, the bottom line is,
We'll skip the question. Just go right to Uncle Tom's Cabin by blank.
but they didn't know it either. Which is like a crucial part.
What
of
about
their
Huckleberry
history.
Finn?
This is going to be sound. It's just, most of the shit I say sounds.
What about Huckleberry Finn?
Niggas
though?
don't read. Niggas don't read. Niggas
Right?
know.
I
about,
drive in LA. Come on, the crosswalk says don't walk.
You have nigga
fucking-
energy. Yeah, it's just different. You got nigga antics and but like a lot of we reading. We're visual learners. We're like that's why the only two niggas that get talked about are Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, because these is niggas that was out in the streets.
And you saw them.
Boom.
Yeah.
Niggas ain't reading. We too busy being oppressed.
Exactly. Which is another.
If you dumb motherfuckers read a book, we might be able to get the fuck out of this goddamn oppression.
which was another
niggas.
institutionalized thing.
Well,
like,
so I did, on this topic, I once was hired to do a documentary of the first annual Booker T. Washington conference.
A fight broke out, didn't it?
No. It was just basically like this dude, kind of between the teachings of Booker T. Washington and W.D. Du Bois, who was the two, like how to get black people out of poverty back in the day, like as civil rights was happening. Basically, Booker T was like, everyone should pull themselves up for the bootstraps. Everyone should have their own business. Nobody has to really go to college, but if you can, you should. W.D. Du Bois was like, college education for everyone. And he kind of won out the like social consciousness mind. But at the same time, because people were like, oh, you're trying to keep black guys down, the Booker T. Washington. But he was like a teacher, because he was like, we got to just own your own shit. It was very interesting because
They both right.
they're both right. Yeah, exactly.
But
they fought over it, and that just caused neither one of them to W.D. Du Bois was part of the
Field niggas and house niggas. That's what that argument was.
it was
The
like
house nigga said, go learn some shit. The field nigga said, no, nigga, go get a job.
it was like the same shit with like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr.
It's just
nah.
that was more. That wasn't the same thing.
Not at all.
That wasn't about how to educate or what to do. That was about whether to be
now
violent.
here's where the nigga shines
Go
on
ahead.
this podcast.
Do your thing, bro.
Please
Malcolm
educate me,
X
sir.
and Martin Luther King, before they got national notoriety and fame, they had the exact opposite methods. Martin Luther King was a fucking militant. This motherfucker was in the streets starting riots, getting his shit off. And Malcolm X was the motherfucker trying peace and all. And then once, it's so much. I don't even. But Martin Luther King, it was Rosa Parks that because Martin Luther King was the voice for Rosa, and that's when he was like, well, shit. Now these motherfuckers want to listen to me. Maybe I should start taking a different approach. And that's around the time that Malcolm was becoming a fucking Muslim and calming the fuck down. So they I say kids, he calming the fuck down. He was, because it was Islam trying to follow your religion's laws. It'll make you step outside yourself. He was trying to live by the Nation of Islam's fucking directives, and he couldn't do that and do what he was trying to do for African Americans. So that's when he was like, you know what? That's what got him kicked out the nation, was preaching that take up arms, nigga. When they hit, we fight back. That's what got him put out.
Like that whole like infidel kind of scenario.
That what?
No, not so much. It was more just the like, don't turn the other cheek anymore.
Boom.
Okay, yeah, all right, yeah. That's why I'm here. I'm here to learn, guys.
And because Malcolm and Martin had a personal relationship, like they were cohorts. I won't go to say it's called besties, but they fucked with each other.
Yeah, they used each of their ideals to make sure they furthered civil rights.
And they understood that in order to appeal to niggas, you got to give them options. Mm-hmm. You can't just tell a bunch of niggas, we all got to do this. It's like, there's more than one way to skin a cat. And we got to think about the nature of the times that we're talking about.
And like Martin
Niggas
kept saying,
stepped on
like,
the wrong block. A group of white men showed up and put high pressure water hoses on them and fucking canines and beat the shit out of them, and then took them out to the nearest field.
Yeah, what was that? Cornwall in the 60s? Who was
Cornhole
Jackson?
Was invented in the 60s?
No, Big Dog something. He was the main guy who would like fire hose, like you're saying. Like fire hose blacks.
Was he a governor or
I think it was a governor.
Senator? Because that name sounds. Maybe it was the Detroit, the Michigan governor.
No, it was a governor.
Southerner.
Not Cornwallis.
White man names.
So you can take you can take that down. We're just doing audio now because my this camera ran out of battery. So we're
all right. So no more visuals.
Yeah, we're good. We're good on the video.
Oh.
But ultimately, They became
It's-
like the mouthpiece for peace or
Boom.
fight back.
And that's
Ultimately.
why-
But they seem to not quite have
And
that
that's
point of view
why
at the
the
beginning.
same motherfucker killed them both. Whitey. No, I'm just kidding. Kinda.
Bullwhip Connor.
That sounds like a
That's a
fictional.
that's the author of Uncle Tom.
No. This is
Oh,
That would be amazing.
The dude that pushed that was turning hoses on niggas.
Yes.
and not for fun.
Depends on which side of the hose you on.
They're fun.
You don't think why'd he doing it if they didn't enjoy it?
No. I'm saying not for the fun of the people getting like it's fun to ride down a high pressure, stream of water if it's kind of not pointed right at you.
Have you ever been in the garden and just turned the hose in somebody's face with your finger in the mouth? That shit's fun and funny.
Honestly, I had a high pressure water hose in the backyard and I shot it at
and
the
I
wall.
love those people.
And it scraped paint off the wall. So I was like, you know what? We should spray this at each other.
Yeah, the
Motherfucker.
governor of
Trying to have a
Alabama.
water fight with a pressure washer?
Well, I mean, we didn't.
Exactly. That's what it was.
dangerous.
Bull Connor.
It's a fucking fire engine hoses. Like these.
Yeah,
Yep.
seems
They're shooting
dangerous.
water out at fucking 120 miles an hour.
Yep.
Like,
I wish I could get my shower.
and all we're doing is saying no justice, no peace. Like, that's all we doing is,
right? Like low water pressure is the worst.
dude, you guys got great water pressure here.
It comes and goes.
And that was also the thing too, like between MLK and Malcolm X, like even Martin Luther King, like everybody thought he was this super pacifist. but-
Hell no, that was a nigga right there. This nigga had hoes and area codes, was used to sell.
Hose in area codes.
Bruh. He
But
was a well-known philanderer. This nigga had bitches.
I thought you were gonna say philanthropist.
But even
Well, you
even
gotta
he
have money
said
to
like
give it away, nigga. Them niggas were not. Malcolm X's house was bought by the Nation of Islam, and Martin Luther King's. This nigga lived on. Why do you think any hood, any city you go to, MLK Drive is in the ghetto?
Not anymore. It's Obama Street.
Because that used to be rodeo, nigga. That was rodeo.
I know.
And do you know why they changed Rodeo Road to Obama Boulevard?
No idea.
Because white people were traveling.
This is a recent thing.
Yeah,
No, I mean the
bruh.
reason is recent. I'm saying. Please tell me.
Yes.
I'm very curious.
Because what do you call motherfuckers? Vacationers, fucking travelers, fucking
Tourists.
Damn it! Why that word? Tourists coming to LA looking for Rodeo Drive kept ending up on Rodeo Road.
Where's the shops with the dresses?
why
That's
am
the main
I
reason why that shit was changed to Obama fucking Boulevard.
why am I in Compton right now on Rodeo?
Why are there so many niggers on Rodeo? I thought this was Beverly's Hills.
Why am I in West Adams?
Why is there a Target right here?
Ooh, Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
This doesn't look like our Target
I
back
like
at
chicken and
home.
waffles. Let's try it.
This don't look like our Target.
Oh no, I'm getting stabbed.
Does this 24-hour pharmacy close at 7 p.m.?
I mean, it
No,
is-
for real though. Things close earlier.
Bruh.
The closer
I think
you
I was
get.
telling you about the burger. The best burger spot the best burger I've ever had is it's a walk-up window on Vernon and 8th Ave. They close during
Is that the
standard
pastrami
time.
burger place?
No, that's
That's
Master
John.
Burger.
Oh, that's John. No, I'm thinking of Johnny.
Johnny's pastrami.
Right over here.
Let's say
That's
Astro
the best.
Burger,
Astro Burger's cool.
depending which one you go to.
Yeah, I don't like this one on
Afro-
on
did you say
La Brea.
Afro Burger?
The one up in Hollywood is actually better, which is
Oh, the one
weird.
on Santa Monica?
Is that Santa Monica?
Yeah, it's like technically in WeHo.
Yeah, it's like right. Yeah,
It's not the one next to the studios.
No,
No, not that one.
No,
And for our listeners, WeHo, West Hollywood.
Oh, yeah, that.
no. It's we ho, man.
Yep, there you go.
It's what the people there do.
Oh, we just had a guest pop in. It was Gay Britton.
No.
He's gone now.
That was
He left.
He was never here. That's a figment of your imagination.
He said something about WeHo or something. I don't know.
That wasn't even
He's
me
out
that said
now.
that.
Huh?
That wasn't even me that said
It
that.
wasn't. It was Gay Britton. He's
Why
gone.
are you acting like that wasn't your voice, bro?
What?
You know
People
you're
will
an
know.
impressionist.
People will know.
Are all these cameras on? How they don't know, nigga? It's my word against yours. Oh, it's America. They'll know.
Let's try it.
Yes, I gave
And
it
on
up.
that
I gave it
note-
up. I gave it up.
On that
I
note,
sold myself
maybe
out.
we should do another break and then come back.
No, fuck that. No, I'm just kidding. All right, fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, I want to smoke some anyway.
All right.
Should we finish up right now, gentlemen?
Oh, he's one of those. Look,
Oof.
you got a date tonight or something, mother? He's like, motherfucker. As a matter of fact, my wife.
I tell you what, if we,
I was about
if
to
we
say,
don't,
I got a wife who's worrying where I am, probably.
if we don't come back,
FaceTime her and let her in on this magic. I got some questions for her about you, actually.
if we don't come back, this was it. If we do, stay tuned.
Right.
Yeah, it'll be behind the
We'll let
scenes
you know
if we
we'll
come
be back or not. Either if
Next time.
10 minutes or on Monday.
Greater Britain is brought to you by Untold Frequencies. You can find more about Greater Britain and other podcasts by visiting us at untoldfrequencies.com. This episode was produced by Kevin Haberer and Garrett Punkwell and engineered by Kevin Haberer.